Here's a quick look at how to play Hey There Delilah by Plain White T's. The intro starts with a D chord. I don't need to put a full D chord down. In fact, really, you only need this one note on the B string at the 3rd fret down. So the notes are open D, and we've got a second finger on the 3rd fret of the B string there. And we're just going to alternate between the two. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So we've got thumb on the right hand, first finger on the right hand, picking both of those notes independently. 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then we're going to go to an F sharp minor chord. All we really need to do is get the 3rd finger there on the 4th fret of the D, and a 1st finger bar across the G, B and E strings with the 1st finger. So we've got 4th fret on the D with the thumb on the right hand. 1st finger on the right hand picks the barred note on the 2nd fret of the B. So we're picking the D string and the B string. So again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that repeats. And that's the intro. The verse starts exactly the same way as the intro, it just has this extra B minor G, B minor A section added onto it. So we got the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and on a D chord into the F sharp minor. And then we play that again. Then we go into a slightly different part of the progression. So we go to a B minor chord. So 1st finger bar across the 2nd fret, 3rd finger on the 4th fret of the D, pinky finger on the 4th fret of the G, and 2nd finger there on the 3rd fret of the B string. Again, the full chord isn't necessarily needed. We're actually only playing these 2 notes. But put the chord down so you've got the chord progression in your mind, and if you want to strum along at any point to give it a bit more dynamical range, you can do. So we pick the A string, the 2nd fret there, and then we pick the B string with the 1st finger again. We've got 1 and 2 and 3 and on the 4th beat we're going to play an open A string and then followed by the B string at the 3rd fret again. So 1 and 2, 3 and finger off, and we've still got the same melody note on top. So we've got, then we go to a G bar chord. So the 1st finger bar across the 3rd fret, 3rd finger on the 5th fret of the A, pinky on the 5th fret of the D, and 2nd finger on the 4th fret of the G string. Again, like we said before, the chords don't actually need the full voicing, but we're going to use them anyway. Tom Higgenson does, and we will copy what he's doing. So we're going to play the low E string this time, followed by the B string. Just twice. So from the B minor chord, you've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and to your G chord, 1 and 2 and. Then we go to an A chord. We've got a little 1st finger bar across the 2nd fret on the D, G, B strings, and this time again we're just playing the A and the B string. So 1 and 2 and. So from the B minor, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then to the G, 1 and 2 and. A, 3 and 4 and. Then we go back to a B minor, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then to an A, 1 and 2 and then on the 3 and we're going to put this pinky on the 5th fret of the B string. Still pick the A and B strings together. So that A chord, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that'll take us back into the verse or sometimes into the chorus. For the chorus we start off again on that D chord, same picking as before, D, B strings. On the 4th beat, so we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and on the 4th beat, got an open A string. But we play that melody note on the B again, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then we've got that B minor chord. Just for 3 and, 1 and 2 and 3 and. So that open note like our leading note to the B minor chord. It's like a moving bass part. 1 and 2 and 3 and. I'm going to use the 3rd finger there on the 4th fret of the A to play the bass note before we play the 3rd fret again. And then we've got a bass note walking us up to the D note. So we've got D, 1 and 2 and 3 and open A note. Then to the B minor chord for 3 beats, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4th fret on the A string. Melody note again before we go back to a D, and we repeat the same thing again, exactly the same, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and to your B minor, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and we finish the chorus on a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. as if we're going to go to the B minor, but we don't. We just go back into the verse section. The first and final choruses end exactly the same. The second chorus ends slightly differently because it goes into a mid-8 section. So on the B minor chord, the final B minor chord for the second chorus, we pick it as we normally do, A and B strings, 1 and 2 and 3 and, but instead of having that 4th fret there on the A string, we're actually going to have an open A string. So it goes, and that's going to lead us down to a G chord for the mid-8. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... In the mid-8 there are no new chords to get your head around, just a new chord progression. So for the mid-8 we've got a full bar of G, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, followed by a full bar of A, and 2 and 3 and 4 and, followed by a D chord, 1 and 2 and 3 and, then we're going to get that low A on the 4th beat, then go to a B minor, and 2 and 3 and, we'll have the open A again that time on the first time through. The whole mid-8 so far is G, 2 and 3 and 4 and, then an A for 4 beats, 2 and 3 and 4 and, then we go to the D chord, 1 and 2 and 3 and low A note for 4th beat. This is what transition to a B minor chord, 1 and 2 and 3 and low open A note. Before we go through the whole mid-8 again, this time we go G, 2, 3 and 4, same as the first time, and then A, same as the first time, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, then go to a D chord, 1 and 2 and 3 and this time slightly different to what we looked at before. We're going to grab the 4th fret on the A string, and that's going to lead us down to a B minor chord, just slightly differently to how we would normally do it. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, then to your B minor chord, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, we've got that A note open there. So the second time through the mid-8, G is normal, A is normal, then the D with the 4th fret on the A string, then the B minor chord is normal, 2 and 3 and A, open A there. Then we come out with a mid-8 with a G, 2 and 3 and 4 and A, 2 and 3 and 4 and, then 2 bars of B minor, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and we've got 2 bars of A major, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, then we add the high melody on the 5th fret of the B for a whole bar, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. The final verse is slightly different to the other verses as well. So it starts on the D is normal and the F sharp minor is normal. Then we've got this B minor G section that we're going to repeat 3 times. B minor, and 2 and 3 and 4. And this time we don't play the high melody part on the 4th beat, on the 4 and I suppose. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And we go to a G for 2 beats, and 2 and then an A for 2 beats. The verse ends slightly different to normal. When we get to the B minor chord going to the A, we just sit on the A for 2 bars. So the first bar just be a straight A, and the second bar with the high melody note. Then we go through the chorus as normal, and we finish the whole song on a single strum of a D chord. I hope you enjoyed that tutorial. If you did, you can find many more lessons on my channel. Go there and check them out. Happy practicing, good luck, and take care.